I can't do it.
Okay.
We'll do it live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Right.
Fucking thing sucks.
In 5, 4, 3.
Anyone claiming that America's economy is in decline is peddling fiction.
I've abandoned free market principles to save the free market system.
But we have to pass the bill so that you can find out what is in it.
Raising the debt ceilings does not increase our debt. It does not somehow promote profligacy.
I know words. I have the best words. Nobody knows the system better than me, which is why I alone can fix it.
What's going on, everybody? Happy Friday. Welcome back to the Peddling Fiction Podcast. I am your host, the voice and soul of so-called fiction, Johnny Profita. And back with me, of course, after a tumultuous week in the markets, is Justin Hillbilly Boy Campbell. How you doing over there in your little dark dungeon?
It is rainy and awful outside. Like it has been this whole week. It's just been a nasty week. Hopefully next week for Thanksgiving it'll be a little more pleasant.
Oh man, it's beautiful here. Finally, the weather is just about perfect. Not too hot, not too cold. Nice cool ocean breeze here. I don't know if you can hear the waves crashing in the background. People were giving me shit for not having the ocean in the background of the show. It's just the way the room's set up. I mean, I could sit at like the table, like the dining room table, I guess, but I don't know. I
could hear it on the thing you did for the Substack the other day where you were looking at Bitcoin and stuff. Like I could hear it in the background on that.
Oh yeah. Well, I was looking at the settings and the mic wasn't doing the it didn't have that reduce the background noise checked. So maybe that was it. I rechecked it. Yeah, I found out a lot of stuff after I recorded for an hour and 20 minutes with no sound. But I did put out another free Substack for everybody, talking about what just happened yesterday. And so far, I think I have the best explanation from anybody else. I mean, everybody was like, this doesn't make any sense. There's no headlines. Why is the market tanking? What's going on here?
Well, like I commented on your video, like for me, my entire background was in trading commodities, specifically grains, corn, wheat, beans, sorghum, things that there are reasons that the market moves between China, Brazil, Europe, the weather, like there are supply and demand stuff, what's going on in the cattle markets, the chicken markets, the hog market. Like there's a whole lot of stuff that goes into that, but it's all like tangible. It's all stuff that you can like put your finger on and understand day to day and week to week what's happening and why. And also it's very seasonal because, crops grow in seasons in different parts of the world and in the country. And so, when certain things are going to happen. And so you watch certain market trends at certain times of the year based on what is going on. And then I look at stuff like, the NASDAQ and Bitcoin and all of these other stocks. And I'm like, this doesn't make any motherfucking sense. Like there's no metrics that would be like, yeah, this should be going up or this should be going, like the metrics say it all should be going down and yet it's all going up. And it's like, what the fuck is going on? So to sit down and listen to and watch the video or watch the chart and the way you break it down, that makes all of this stuff that to me from my analytical mind from, commodity trading, where none of it seems to make sense. You break it down in a way that makes it, it's like, oh, okay, it's all just watching trends and ebbs and flows. It's not actually about what's going on in the real world. The real world doesn't have anything to do with this. It's all a big game.
Yeah, I mean, like an individual stock, maybe there's there's more fundamentals at play, because again, you have something to, like, you have a company with profits and things like that. But when you're dealing with these big indices and you're dealing with cryptocurrencies and things like that, there's a lot. I think the whole thing is just controlled by these algorithms. I mean, they smooth everything over, so that, yeah, there's buying and there's selling. Like, people are actually doing that. But when you dig into these charts and you, like, the things that I'm pointing out, once you start to see them, you just can't unsee them. And I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm not surprised that we're back up 400 points today on the NASDAQ and 110 points on the S&P 500 in the futures market. Well, in both, they're trading in tandem with the actual markets today. I don't know. Did you watch the one I put out? Because I just put it out like last night. I did another one.
No, I watched the Bitcoin one.
Okay. Yeah, no, I did another one last night. That's the one I was talking about that I recorded twice, because I think it was because I didn't fix the sound issue that we always have. But I think I have the best explanation as to why the market cratered yesterday and now we're back up again. So you can go ahead and watch that. I put it out there for everybody. It's a little long, but I also just put out a clip on Twitter. I'll put out another one, another short one. But yeah, it was just funny to me to watch all of these people on Twitter and like the talking heads. They're just dumbfounded as to what's going on. And yesterday was a crazy day. I mean, we were up at one point, we gapped up on the NVIDIA earnings and we were up like 2.5% or something. And then we finished down like 5%. So like, it was a wild day, and nobody really saw that coming. It surprised me too. Don't get me wrong, but I can make sense of it based on my technical analysis. Because, well, just go ahead and watch the video, and we can move on, get into what we're talking about today. We'll check in the markets a little later. It's I'm checking in at like 2 o'clock.
Well, speaking of people who need some sound trading advice and to learn how to manage their money, especially their portfolio, a little better, let's check in on this chick.
I am 22 years old, and I am in $91,300 worth of debt, and I am filing Chapter 7 bankruptcy today. I've had such a bad financial burden the last couple years. So after meeting with an attorney and doing lots of research, I realized that filing bankruptcy really isn't as bad as it's made out to be, and it was truly going to be my best bet. I decided to file Chapter 7, and truthfully, my consumer debt really is not that bad. A lot of people have it a lot worse financially, but for me, $91,000 was just too much. It was uncomfortable, and I just wanted to get a fresh start. I moved to Texas directly after high school, and I made a lot of very irresponsible decisions financially and really dug myself into a big hole of debt. I decided, let's go ahead and file bankruptcy. Let's give myself a clean slate. That way I can stop stressing and I can actually do better. Okay, just to give you a little breakdown of the debt that I do have that totals up to the $91,300. I owe about $51,000 on the vehicle that I have. We did try selling that, trading it in, all that good stuff, but I have way too much negative equity to come out on top. I bought a motorcycle back in 2022. Thought that was a great idea. I owe $5,000 still on that. Same thing. Tried selling it, not able to get what we owe out of it. I do own a camper, and I owe about $13,400 on that. However, I live out of that camper because I can't afford a house. So I am keeping that since I do live in it. I have $2,200 worth of medical bills that I had no idea were in collections. And then I have $12,000 worth of student loans. However, those do not get forgiven with bankruptcy, so I will still continue that payment. And then I have about $7,700 worth of credit card debt, all coming into a grand total of $91,300. So after meeting with an attorney, she decided filing Chapter 7 is going to be my best bet. So that's what we're going to go ahead and do. Since I was referred to her from somebody that is currently filing bankruptcy with her, she did cut me a discount. So my bankruptcy is only going to cost me about $1,100. So I've already paid all of those fees to her to do a free consultation with her. And then after I decided to go ahead and file, I paid a deposit and I received a workbook. I went ahead and filled that workbook out and everything. And it just pretty much, it needed all my information, my income, all my belongings and stuff like that I have. And then I listed all of my creditors as well. So thankfully, you are able to actually pick and choose what you do file on whenever it comes to bankruptcies. I did decide to surrender the truck and then I am surrendering the motorcycle as well. I am keeping my camper, and I will have to keep my student loans, but otherwise everything's gonna be wiped clean. So we're gonna go ahead and go in. We're gonna sign a little bit of paperwork, get everything finalized so she can actually file that. So let's go.
Look how chipper she is.
Just has
Proof that ignorance truly is bliss.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, there's a lot. First of all, she's only 22 years old, and she's been struggling the last couple of years under all this. So, 20-year-old, a 19-year-old is taking on $91,000 worth of debt. Most of it's for a fucking car. What is she driving?
Right,
Driving like a $60,000 car?
Right, $51,000 on her vehicle. What the fuck?
Yeah, but I assume she made some payments on that.
Right, that's more than all of our vehicles combined cost.
This is insane. And then she buys a motorcycle on top of it. The credit card debt, the student loans. But this is so. Yeah, you cannot dispel the student loans in bankruptcy, and that's for good. Like, listen, I think we should get rid of all student loans. We've talked about that a bunch. They shouldn't exist, and they wouldn't exist in a free market, but we have the government controlling the market to it, especially in this case with the student loans. But this is why you can't just have them dispel them in bankruptcy, because you're going to have a bunch of 22-year-olds with $100,000 in debt from getting a underwater basket weaving degree. And then they'll just be like, oh, yep, I'll just file Chapter 7, Chapter 7 bankruptcy. It's not that bad.
Right. She's 22, has $91,000 in debt. Only $12,000 of that is in student loans. What did she go to school for? What did she get a degree in? What's like she's part of her part of filing for bankruptcy is listing your assets and your income. What's her income? Like how much does she make? How much is she making per year? Are
you even out of school at 22? I mean, that's like exactly 4 years, right?
Yeah, I graduated at 23. I took a year off and worked. So
I think I was probably done. I mean, my birthday cutoff thing was kind of weird. So I don't know if I started at 17 or 18. I think it was whatever. I was probably done right at 22 with a 4-year degree. So yeah, what are you doing buying it? Like who's loaning her over $50,000 to buy a car?
Right.
Again, depreciating assets. I mean, the car thing just boggles my mind. So many people borrow a ton of money to buy like new cars. When they lose like a third of their value the second you drive them off the lot, and those car payments are crazy. They're like $600-700, and they're 6-7 year loans. It's crazy, man. And this is, I mean, the American people are in debt up to their eyeballs. They're apparently like, she's like, oh, this is, mine's not that bad compared to everybody. Like everybody has this. Like this is the way people are being raised, I guess, financially. It's insane to me. It's like, dude, you're 22 years old. You should be driving like a $7,000 beater car, or you take your parents' old car when they buy a new one. You're not driving a fucking brand new whatever the fuck for I've never owned a $50,000 car. That's crazy. I would always buy them. I would buy like a barely used car with like 30,000 miles on it or something. That's 2-3 years old. Nice car. It's got in good shape. Wouldn't take a loan out for it. Would pay straight cash. Like that's the way you should do it. You should not be borrowing money and paying these insane interest rates to acquire a depreciating asset. She's like, yeah, we tried to sell the car, but I had no equity in it.
Yeah, you're so upside down on something that you still owe $50,000 on, and there's no one's going to buy that.
Yeah, and then she's like, well, I don't have money for a house. It's like, yeah, the money for the house is in the $8,000 in credit card bills, the $50,000 in car loan, the $5,000 in motorcycle. What else is in there? It's like that's a down payment.
Well, yeah, she was
like
talking
$75,000 right there. That's a nice down payment on a house.
She can't afford a house because she's got $13,000 in a camper or an RV or a camper or whatever that she's living in. So, I mean, and I guess that's fine. Like live in the fucking thing. But
yeah, but what are you doing with 3 vehicles at 22?
her face looks like it's turned since she's gotten into the lawyer's office. Do we want to
Yeah,
watch
she's not
the
as
rest?
chipper now.
Do we
Let's
want
see,
to
I
watch
haven't
the rest
watched
of
this.
this? See how
I
this,
only watched like the first 30 seconds of it to get
let's
the
see how
gist
this
of it.
finishes up.
Find stuff on it. What's your middle name?
And
With an E or without an E?
without.
You currently own your own business?
No.
2012 Volkswagen
Make it louder.
Passat.
Mhm.
You don't owe any money on that guy.
No.
Is your name the only name on the title?
Yes.
Okay. Make sure that I've spelled all your names correctly and that your social security number is correct. And if all that's okay, go ahead and sign that one. All right.
Sounds good.
All right.
Thank
Be
you.
careful going home. You're welcome. Thanks for working with us on
Yeah, of
times
course.
and dates and all that.
Okay, we just signed paperwork and everything. Everything is pretty much finalized now. Did all the hard stuff. So she said I'll get a letter in the mail scheduling my 314 meeting, which will happen in the middle of December. And that's pretty much just a meeting with all my creditors. And it's just a Zoom call. And she said 99% of the time, none of them show up, which then means that everything goes out the window. So fingers crossed none of them show up whenever we have that meeting in the middle of December. And then after that, everything will be finalized and I will be so much closer to being debt free, and finally we'll have a weight lifted off my shoulders because I am tired of carrying this financial burden. Obviously, it sucks that I'm doing this at 22 years old, but I think that this has been such a learning curve for me, and I will never put myself in this position again. And honestly, it's been just such a good life lesson. So let this be your sign. If you are really struggling financially, you have a lot of debt that you just honestly cannot get taken care of, go meet with an attorney. Discuss bankruptcy. It is truly not as bad as it is made out to be. I feel so much relief. I'm one step closer to being a little more financially free. Just excited to walk into 2026 on a clean slate and be able to do better. But yeah, let this be your sign to go meet with an attorney.
Women, I could never be that chipper after filing bankruptcy at 22. But I mean, like, how much did she actually struggle with this? Is my question. She's like, "Oh, I'm never going to do this again." It's like, I don't believe you. You didn't even try to pay off anything. She had $1,100 for the lawyer. You could start paying down the credit card at least. That's probably 28% interest or something on the credit cards now. Like, I don't know. How much did you actually struggle? It sounds like you just got out of school. You bought like a bunch of shit you shouldn't have. And you're just like, oh, I give up. I've been struggling. I've been struggling not paying anything. So yeah, I mean, I'm okay with filing bankruptcy, but you got to at least prove to me that you've changed your behavior.
I hope it's a nice camper because you're going to be living in that thing until, like, I mean, Jim says 2020 or 2032, but I mean, it's the end of 2025. It'll be middle of, because it's going to take her until the end of 2032, beginning of 2033, before all this like starts to come off and the bankruptcy and everything is kind of passed. And then it's going to take her another 6 to 10 to possibly 18 months to actually build up any level of credit to get herself in a position. Like, you fucked yourself for the next 10 years possibly. And at 22 years old.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, yeah, who's going to give her a credit card now? She's not a credit card person. Like, she shouldn't have a credit card.
Right.
Give her a debit card.
But nobody's going to give her a credit card. Nobody's going to, like, she's not going to be able to buy a house. She's going to struggle to even qualify to get into an apartment. Like, it's.
Yeah. She's a cute enough girl, though. She'll find some dude to, yeah, pay for everything.
Yeah. She'll find somebody to pay for everything for her. Women would never do such a thing, Johnny.
No, of course not. Absolutely not. Never heard of anything like that. But yeah, that mentality and just how chipper she is just it. I get like the sense of relief. It's like, oh yeah, they just wiped out like, I don't know, probably 60, 70K of the 90. I don't remember how much her student loans were.
12 on the student loans, like 13.5 on the camper. So
she's keeping those. She's keeping the camper, and she can't get rid of the student loans. It's like, yeah. Again, I would have liked to know what the degree was, but that's not. I mean, as far as student loans go, that's not that bad. That's like a couple classes. It's like, Jesus. Well, yeah. I mean, we're talking to the throat goat here. He would know. But yeah, these kids today, man, that is just crazy. And I keep seeing so much of it. And when you look at the like the economic landscape where we are with like inflation running really hot, prices are kind of out of control. These overpriced degrees, this keeping up with the Joneses sort of mentality. Like 22-year-olds are supposed to be broke and have nothing. That's what 22 is. You're supposed to be living in a fucking, in a $1,000 a month apartment or whatever with 1 or 2 roommates. I don't know what the prices are anymore, but like something like that, right? You're paying like $500-600 in rent because you're living with like 4 other people, and you're just kind of getting your feet under you. You're not buying $50,000 cars, man, and racking up credit card. Dude, credit card debt is in like the interest rates are like 30% now. It's wild. And I don't think any of these kids have been taught how interest works. Like they just don't really understand. They just like, yeah, you only have to pay like $80 a month on your $7,000. But it's just going to keep going and going and go. It's going to take you 30 years to pay that off, making the minimum payment if you stop putting stuff on the cards. But they can't do that. And they're spent, it's like you go to Chipotle and you make like 4 installment payments for your burrito. Like, dude, we are fucked, man. We are fucked from the federal government on down to the individual. If the individuals are in debt up to their eyeballs and the federal government's in debt up to their eyeballs, how are we going to get out of this?
Hey, that's a good deal, Johnny. Every time I buy a burrito from Chipotle, I'm putting it on that 4-month plan. I mean, there's a chance at some point after month 1, the entire global economy is going to collapse, and I don't have to pay the rest of that burrito.
Yeah, your 4 easy payments of $3.99. Dude, oh my God, I'm so worried for people, man. I'm so fucking worried. They have no direction. They have no. I don't know like who they can like. It just who's advising them? Who are they talking to? Like, you not have parents? Your parents are not like, what the fuck are you doing buying a $50,000 car?
Well, it's okay. So I talked about this on. I did a few different shows yesterday for my own show, and like a common theme in the last couple of them was, where the fuck are the parents? Like, why aren't parents teaching their kids how to be good, responsible adults? Because if parents teach kids how to be good, responsible adults, then that solves a lot of these problems going forward. I had excellent parents. Like, I would never in my wildest dreams even imagine buying having $50,000 in a fucking truck loan ever. Even now, like, I could afford it. I don't want that. What the fuck would I do with that?
Right. Yeah, there's much better things I'd rather do with the money. I mean, dude, that you could buy like a fucking boat for that. It's like, what are you doing buying a car? Like, you have to be able to get a used car for like 10 grand still today, right?
Oh yeah. Sean's got a 07 Tacoma, and I think I gave like 7 for it. Katie's got a 07 Matrix. We gave like 4 for it. I've got this little 13 Nissan Juke. I gave like $3,500 for it. It had to have some work done, but I mean, it's insane. Even Stephanie got a brand new fucking Ford Matrix. I think it cost her $26,000, like brand new. The thing had like, it had like 40 miles on it. I was like, why are you spending $60,000 on a fucking truck or something?
This is like, I mean, the parents, I too had great parents. I mean, every day that passes, I realize how much better they were than like other. It's like, Jesus Christ, I really had great parents. But this day and age, man, there's so much. If your parents are shit, there's so many different avenues for you to find a responsible adult to give you advice on how to navigate the world. I mean, like, how many YouTube channels are there probably about personal finance? That one, like that financial audit one that's like blowing up recently. Just watching that, it will teach you enough about how to navigate these things. And what's his name? dude. Who's that? The Southern guy, no credit cards. Why am I blanking on his name? He's been doing that radio show for like forever.
Oh,
about finance. I can't think of his fucking name.
I don't know. I'm blanking on it too.
Brain's done for the week. Yeah.
My
Dave
brother
Ramsey. Thank you.
Dave Ramsey. Yeah. Say, my brother even gave me a book of his.
I mean, like, that's been around. Like, if your parents are broke retards with a bunch of credit card debts, like, okay, let me do the opposite of what they did. Like, that's not that hard to do. But yeah, we get trapped in these cycles, I guess. I feel like if my parents were bad role models, I would have realized that at a young age and been like, okay, I don't want to end up like this. So I'm going to do the opposite of what they were doing. Like, that's not very complicated thinking in my mind. Like, that makes sense. And we're gonna do some fat shaming later. But you can see these families too, where they all like eat the way they feed their kids.
Yeah, I was about to say, who are you more concerned about going forward? The chick that just filed for bankruptcy at 22 years old, or the kids of this chick?
Very still. I'm working right now. This. Ouch! Oh, I'm sorry. Did my pen get in the way of your ass? Do me a favor and lose 5 pounds immediately, or get out of my building like now!
As a 37-year-old full-time working mom of 3 boys who also moved her parents in with her. So we have groceries today from 3 different places. We got groceries from Sam's, Walmart, Sam's, Walmart, Food Lion, and Piggly Wiggly. And I will tell you the totals for each at the end, and then a grand total. So we got 2 containers of the 2-bite brownies. 2 of those because they'll be gone so quick. We got 1 big thing of Cinnamon Toast Crunch because we still have some left over.
Box of sugar. 2 boxes of sugar.
We got a big box of the oatmeal ice. We got some tea.
Another gigantic box of sugar. Oh, tea. Okay.
We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 big bags of fries. I got some conditioner, Q-tips, children's Tylenol, some cucumbers, some lettuce. There's that good old
1 head of lettuce.
Some bananas.
6
We got
bananas.
6 blocks of the Monterey Jack cheese. We got a watermelon. We got 2 big things of mayonnaise because we be going through some mayonnaise.
Dude, 6 blocks of cheese. She has as much cheese as she has bananas.
Some deodorant for my dad. Some antacid for my mom.
The 2 big giant tubs of mayonnaise. Like, holy
shit. 2
God,
blocks of the mozzarella cheese.
2 more blocks of cheese.
The mild cheddar cheese.
There's more cheese.
We got 1, 2, 3.
That was 14
4,
blocks of cheese
5,
total so far.
7, 8 Dr. Peppers.
8 2 liters for
We got
Dr.
these
Pepper.
subs for Bryson. He absolutely loves the Italian Hero subs at Walmart. We got 4 of these for him, so this should last him for quite a few days here. We got 1 Mountain Dew because we still have a few of those left, and Brantley is literally the only one that drinks them. We got a box of Fruit Loops.
Another box of sugar.
We got
Okay.
1 bag of the purple Doritos. We got a thing of buttermilk, a big bag of sugar. We got 2 gallons of milk. Got a thing of Nabs. We got the Fruit Loops with marshmallows.
Oh,
We got some Oreos. We got 2 packs of Capri Suns. We got 4 New York strips.
Okay.
And Bryson's already broke into his stuff.
Kid's already cracking into his
2 packs of
sandwich.
ribeyes here. We got a thing of drumsticks here. We got 2 packs of pork chops. 32 pizzas.
32 frozen
pizzas
pizzas.
again for Brayden.
What the fuck? Why aren't you just buying all fucking New York strips and ribeyes and chicken?
And we got 3 cases of water, but I'm not picking those up for y'all. So yeah, that was included in this. Oh,
Yeah, of course.
We got
Wouldn't
4
want
cases of water.
to do any
And then we also
manual
ordered
labors.
an 8
Fix the
count
fat fuck.
box of deluxe mac and cheese online at Sam's, and an 8 count box of Velveeta mac and cheese at Sam's. That's not here yet. That's going to be shipped here. Okay. All
There's her
so
fat
I got
mom
all
in the
of those
background.
written down. So online at Sam's was $31.26. In store at Sam's was $81.56. Food Lion was $55.23. Walmart. So Walmart, we had one total. We did two separate orders at Walmart. One was $188.96, and one was $24.15. And then Piggly Wiggly was $95.52. And my mom has a total for me. So all of that together is $476.68 today. So a little bit less than last time. But the crazy thing is that we left a lot of stuff off of the list this time because we didn't run out. So I'm just imagining if we hadn't needed that, there's no telling what we would have said today.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, that was an EBT thing as well.
That would not surprise me in the fucking link.
Yeah. So if you were just listening, that was a gigantic blimp of a lady just holding up insane amounts of garbage food. 12 blocks of cheese. No, 14 blocks of cheese.
And 16 boxes of mac and cheese that haven't come in yet that they got on.
Yeah, and then some Velveeta. Ugh, dude, fucking Velveeta. Like, what even is that stuff, dude? It's not cheese. I don't know what that is. You should not eat it. It's fucking poison. And then 6 2-liter bottles of Dr. Pepper. A big fucking thing of sugar and some Kool-Aid packs. They're gonna make some Kool-Aid. A gigantic box of oatmeal cream pie. I mean, I think I've had like maybe 5 of those in my entire life.
Oh, you
get a box of like 32. Yeah, I mean they're good, but like you can't be buying a 32. Jesus Christ, dude.
And then like what was it, like 5 gigantic boxes of just straight up processed fucking cereal? We got, and don't get me wrong, I like Cinnamon Toast. I like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and I like the Fruit Loop.
Who doesn't?
But
it's not breakfast though. That's dessert. You should be eating like a bowl of cereal after you have a healthy meal as like a dessert thing. Or kids are just that is literally just a bowl of sugar.
And once you have like 4 or 5 packages of meat, like out of $500, you've got maybe a week and a half worth of actual healthy food there.
Probably not, dude, because it was like 4 New Yorks, 2 ribeyes, and then like a package of drumsticks that she was probably gonna fry. Yeah, and she's got 3 kids or something, and her mom's there. So like, I don't know if she's living with her parents or whatever, but like, why isn't like, dude, oh my God, you could get those ribeyes look pretty fucking good. Get a bunch of those. Why are you only getting 2 ribeyes for 6 people? What the fuck are you doing? What are you eating? What are you eating for dinner? And why aren't you making your own sandwiches? You have 14 blocks of cheese. Oh my God, dude.
Well, and apparently she did a follow-up, and after posting this video, she claims that she knows how to eat healthy, but the reason that she's so morbidly obese is because of her 3rd child. She just hasn't managed to.
Yeah, okay. Has nothing to do with the fact that there's 8 million calories that you just held up for us that you're going to go through in like, I don't know, a week or 2 weeks. How long was that supply supposed to last? Or is that for the month?
She acted like
that's at least for a month.
She acted like that was for the month because she did say that they left some stuff off the list because they still had some left over on.
Yeah, because you get EBT every month, right? So, okay. 5 gigantic bags of frozen French fries. Like those fucking bags were enormous. Why aren't you just, oh my God, just get a sack of potatoes. You know how easy it is to make French fries?
Right.
5 fucking, oh God, yeah. Yeah, dude, I don't know. I guarantee you they have credit card debt and a car payment. Like, oh my God, dude. The one saving grace I get, or the one thing I guess the silver lining in this whole EBT SNAP thing is that the Trump administration is going to make everybody reapply. Thankful. Did you see that one lady that was like, she called like the EBT hotline or whatever to see what her balance was, and it was like 20 grand.
What the?
I didn't even know you could do, like, I don't know how any of this shit works, dude, but like apparently you can call and check your balance, And this chick had over $20,000 on her EBT card. Just trying to make ends meet. No, dude, she's getting fucking money. She's not using it. Got 20 grand on a fucking EBT card.
How the fuck is that even?
I have no idea. I didn't know you could stack fucking payments. I thought you had to like spend it.
I mean, that's the way it ought to be. And like you get it.
Yeah,
and
it's like, oh wait, you still have a balance? Okay, then clearly you don't need this. I sent you a clip right before we started. Apparently that there was a bunch of SNAP money spent on fast food. I didn't know you could do that either.
Yeah, that's incredibly infuriating. I am all for RFK completely gutting SNAP and putting all the health restrictions on it that are humanly possible. I am all for them just kicking everybody off of it and being like, you have to reapply. And we need to see proof of like that you legitimately need this.
Legitimately need it, and this is the shit that you can buy with it.
What we have found is that within the SNAP program, there is a way for certain states to apply for programs that allow those SNAP dollars to go to fast food restaurants. There are currently 9 states that allow that. And what we have found is in just the last 2 years, taxpayer dollars going into SNAP, those SNAP dollars of the amount of $524 million was spent on fast food. We know that we have health issues across the board here in the United States of America. Those SNAP dollars, and I'll remind everybody that the N in SNAP stands for nutrition, should not be going to fast food.
Bro, that's $500 million in fast food. And again, dude, just poisoning yourself. Poisoning yourself with the groceries, poisoning yourself with fast food. And then we wonder why everybody gets sick. And of course, who's in charge of the fucking healthcare system? Now that's the government. So that's an unmitigated disaster as well. Like it's such a mess, dude. Everything is a mess now. Everything is completely fucked. I don't know how you untangle all of this. You literally have to go fucking Javier Milei. It's like, okay, how do we fix the SNAP thing? It's like, okay, everybody's off of it and you can reapply. We need to do that with the government. Like everything's done and we need to start this fucking thing over. You got to end there's a couple things you could do. Just end the Fed immediately. That would get rid of a lot of this stuff. But like, how do you untangle this Leviathan, this mess that they've made of everything? And I'll tell you what, because this is the only thing you hear as a solution is, we just need to tax the rich. It's because of the billionaires. Obviously, the healthcare system is a disaster because of billionaires. You can't afford food. That chick had to file bankruptcy because of the billionaires. You can't afford school because of the billionaires. You can't afford a house because of the billionaires. What? Like we had a bunch of billionaires before. Everybody was buying houses, no problem. Everybody was getting educated, no problem. Everybody had health care, no problem. Yeah, this is Jesus Christ. Yeah, this is from the dumb squad bitch, right? What's her name?
Pamaya Jalal.
Oh, maybe not. Okay.
Yeah, well, she's part of the squad. Pamaya Jayapayal. It's funny because one of these it says traffic is terrible. It's still the billionaires. Well, did you see what happened to traffic in Charlotte, North Carolina after ICE raided a week or so ago?
I did not.
Oh, you'll love it. Let me find the
yeah.
Let me find the traffic maps of Charlotte, North Carolina before and after. There we go. Traffic congestion in Charlotte before a week ago versus now after the ICE raids. That is Charlotte a week ago, and that
Lots
is Charlotte
of red and yellow.
and that is Charlotte this week.
all green, a little bit of yellow some places. Wow. That's interesting.
Isn't that interesting? Isn't it though? Crazy how
Well, again, and I know everybody wants to blame billionaires for everything, but like, who's in charge of the roads?
billionaires don't drive anywhere. That's
No, they're fucking flying on their fucking private jet or their helicopter. Yeah. Again, I don't. It doesn't make any. I've been going back and forth with this dipshit on Twitter. It started with, he comes. He's like, it was like a taxation thing. Somebody was like, "Oh, we need to tax the rich," blah 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 blah, and I interjected. It was about wealth. I was like, "Wealth isn't a fixed pie, whatever." And then, of course, it devolved into like, we should get rid of tax. He's like, "Well, who's going to build the roads? You haven't really thought this through." And I was like, "Oh yeah, you got me. Never thought about who would build the roads." Look, and then of course it just devolves into this thing where it's like, yeah, if you don't like taxes, you should want to tax the rich more, because the billionaires they're hoarding all this wealth and they're ruining everything. What the hell are you talking about? What are you talking about? How is any of this the fault of a billionaire? It's like, okay, yeah, they get corporate subsidies. Okay, get rid of those. Fine. They'll still be billionaires. And the only thing they can do is offer you something. The fact that the government is so successful at getting the American people to fight amongst themselves while they rob us blind and fuck everything up is amazing to me, man. It is really something. It's incredible. It's incredible. They're getting filthy fucking rich, ruining everything that people care about. And no matter how bad they make it, people keep looking at they just keep like, "Oh yeah, well, we should do this. The government should do this. The government should do that." It's like, what are you talking about? They tried the ACA thing, the Affordable Care Act. It made healthcare more unaffordable than ever. Affordable housing more unaffordable than ever. Like, education.
I love all the Democrat posts that the Republicans need to step in and fix this healthcare problem that they've created. Like, you do realize not a single Republican voted for the Affordable Care Act, right? And Democrats built in all of the loopholes and all of the stops on the Affordable Care Act that made all of this stuff expire this year. Like, y'all did 100% of this. Literally not a single Republican voted for the Affordable Care Act. How are you? Yeah. But now here we are, as the thing is proven to be just a catastrophic fucking failure. They're like, "Oh, well, the Republicans need to step in and fix their healthcare crisis." It's like, whose healthcare crisis?
Well, they used to talk about repealing it, repeal and replace. We haven't heard that in 5-10 years.
I am all for part one.
Yeah.
Fuck part two. Just repeal and be done.
Like I was saying, like, can't we at least try to just, it's like, if the justification that the government uses for everything, it's like, oh, well, the market just doesn't do a very good job of providing healthcare or education, so the government had to step in and make it better. Well, the government has made everything objectively worse. There's no measure you could point to that they've done a better job of anything. So maybe it's time to get them out of it, and let's just see what happens. Could it actually get worse? I don't think it can get worse.
And like, what's the idea behind it? Like, oh, we can't allow anybody to go without health insurance, because what if somebody gets sick and dies and then they don't have insurance, and then it's like, okay, like, it's not the government's job to remove individual risk. You get to decide your level of risk and what level of risk you're comfortable with. And it's entirely possible that it bites you in the ass. That's why it's called risk.
Yeah, and personal responsibility. It's like, yeah, you need to buy health insurance while you're young and healthy.
But I think that's my biggest problem with most of the Democrat policies and like the things that they want to push, is they are trying to mitigate risk for the entire population. It's like, that's impossible. You can't do that. People have to be allowed to decide what level of risk they're comfortable with, and then live with the choice that you've made on that. Like, you cannot, it's not the government's job to legislate risk out of the entire equation, because no matter what they do, it always exists. So you're fighting a losing battle there, and then you're just going to keep throwing more money at it. to continue to fight the same losing battle, and which is exactly what we've seen happen over the last 20 fucking years. That's all they do is throw more money at it to fix something that cannot be fixed, period. Where the solution is get the fuck out of it. Allow people to determine what they're comfortable with and allow the market to establish what are going to be the rates on this based on the people that want it and the people that don't.
Yeah. With the government, like, it creates a moral hazard. It's just like the Greenspan put in the markets, where it's just like, oh yeah, well, the government's going to step in. I can always go on EBT, or I can always get free healthcare from the government. I can get these loans forgiven from the government. Like, we can't do that. Like, you're literally destroying the country by trying to promise everything to everybody. And you'll never have to worry. The government will take care of you. Don't worry about this. Don't worry about that. We're going to take all the risk from life away. Just give us more power and more money, and we'll handle it. Well,
Like,
we've been doing that.
For all the people that are, that think sports fans are, perpetuating the bread and circuses thing, it has nothing to do with the sports. It's like these like healthcare for everybody and all this bullshit. That's the bread and circuses. That is where all of this comes in, and how we are in a dying empire, and all of this stuff that we are talking about is how we know that we are witnessing the fall of Rome in modern times.
Yep. And it is frustrating that nobody will listen. And even the politicians that kind of know what's going on, there's no real push to do anything of substance. Like, we are well past the point of tinkering around the edges here. We've been rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic for the last 20 years. It's like you need to fucking turn the ship around. And you don't do that by just adjusting the wheel a little. Oh, we need to go from 35% taxes to 40% taxes and tax the rich 7% more. What? You took in $4 trillion in taxes. You still spend another $2 trillion, and everything sucks. What's another 7% going to do? You know what I mean? It's just it reminds me of the 2008 financial crisis. I've been seeing a lot of posts about that lately for some reason, where it's oh yeah, it was all this deregulation in the banking industry caused the 2008 financial crisis. And it's just there's 114 banking regulations on the books right now. But all we need is one more. We need that 115th one. That would have prevented all of this, and we'd be living in this utopia. It's always just one more thing, even though they've already had hundreds of chances to fix it. No, we just need a little more money. Same thing in Chicago. No, we just need a little more tax. We just need to raise your property tax a little more, just a little more, and then we'll get everything fixed. Yeah, idiots. It's amazing to me that people keep falling for this. And I just, I'm at a loss. I'm at a loss. Do we have a shithole Chicago thing? I feel like I sent you something.
Oh, well, see, I was about to ask you, what's the bigger scam that people keep falling for? This stuff with, if we just raise taxes and all this, that'll make it fine. Or the environmentalist bullshit where, we need we need to recycle and do all of that stuff. What's the biggest scam?
Welcome to the progressive bastion of Marin County, California, where we environmentalists go out of our way to separate our refuse for a more sustainable planet. Residents can be fined up to $500 for not properly separating their trash. As you can see, the separating can be futile, as all this trash is remixed in the truck and hauled to the landfill. This is at the end of Tiburon's Restaurant Row, where the restaurants diligently separate their waste into recyclables, compostables, and common trash. I witnessed bin after bin of meticulously sorted waste, several tons worth, dumped into the same truck, crushed, and hauled away. Recycling is not specifically mentioned in the book, but rent-seeking is, and so is virtue signaling. Make sure you audit your own local trash and recycling facilities. You may be shocked at what you find.
Yeah, I don't know if do people still believe that recycling isn't like just a complete bullshit. That wasn't this scam discovered like a decade ago
or more. Yeah, if not longer ago than that. And what's crazy is there are actually countries that do this the right way and are very successful with it, which also kind of ties into Hakeem Jeffries and his clip that we got from today. Let's let him talk, and then we'll get a little more into the recycling done right.
Home ownership has become unaffordable in far too many places, ripping away the possibility of home ownership for millions of Americans. And we know that home ownership has always been central to the great American dream. And so it's incredibly important that we deal with the climate crisis, because there is only one Earth. There is no planet B. We have no other option. We have to deal with protecting God's green Earth. But we also should deal with the climate crisis, because the absence of doing it causes life in America to just continue to become more unaffordable, particularly in this instance as it relates to both the home insurance crisis and the rise in electricity costs and utility bills all across the country because of the administration's assault on the progress that was made related to standing up a clean energy economy under the leadership of Speaker Pelosi, Senator Whitehouse, Democrats in the House and the Senate, and of course, the Biden administration. Republicans have taken a sledgehammer to the clean energy economy, which hurts our ability to both deal with the climate crisis and hurts our ability to drive down costs for everyday Americans.
Okay, is this dude actually a fucking retard? Like, the way he talk, you're reading from a teleprompter and you're talking like this? Like, can you not fucking read? What the fuck? I think Trump was too kind with putting him in a sombrero. He should have put him in a fucking dunce cap. But so he talks about like we need to address the climate crisis, and because of what the Trump administration has done now, energy costs are going up. Hello, have you lived in any place where they've been putting in these windmills? They've been putting in all these solar farms. Like, the prices are going up exponentially everywhere that these wind farms and solar farms are going in, because they're making us pay for it. And not only that, it's not efficient energy. It takes more to actually get the output. So all of our bills are fucking going up because they're building these goddamn solar farms. And going back to like what I was, referencing that in the places where they do the recycling stuff, right? They take a lot of the like general trash stuff and they have incinerators for it. And they convert that trash, they burn it and convert it into electrical energy. That there are places that do this right. What we do is the most ass backwards, retarded fucking bullshit that you could ever imagine. And then none of it works because, number one, green energy with the wind farms and the solar farms. If you look into what the environmental footprint, if you believe in that bullshit, if you look at the environmental footprint or the carbon footprint that is created just by the mining and the production of the parts of the materials that are needed and the parts that go into making those wind turbines and those solar panels, their carbon footprint is something like 40 to 45 years of like how long it would take to hit a net neutral on, or zero out your carbon footprint for making those things. You know what the lifespan of one of those wind farms or those windmills is? About 32 to 34 years. You know what the lifespan of those solar panels are? About 30 to 35 years on average. So you're looking at a 5 to 10 years longer carbon footprint than what that even the things will even fucking last. I mean, we've talked about it before. It's the same with the electric cars. Like, it's an 8-year carbon footprint to mine and create the battery that powers one of those solar cars. Those batteries have an 8-year life. So in the time it takes you to zero out your carbon footprint of the battery, now your battery is going to blow up if you're, really unlucky, or it's just going to die. And then you have to replace it with a new battery that is now going to take another 8 years to hit net or carbon neutral on. It's like the whole thing's a fucking scam.
Yeah. Well, the other thing that's just ridiculous, the pitch for green energy was never that it was going to make energy cheaper. Like, that was never even the topic. It was always, hey, it's going to cost more, but it's green, which, as you just point out, is complete bullshit. But the idea that the fact that the Trump administration is taking a sledgehammer to the green energy initiative, and that's why energy prices are going up, is completely retarded.
No, because
the
last 4 years shuttering perfectly good coal and natural gas plants to replace them with these bullshit solar farms and wind farms.
Yeah, and we're gonna need so much energy over the next 50 years. Like, nuclear is the only fucking possible way that this AI thing is ever gonna pan out. There's so much energy required by all of that. I would be investing in nuclear energy if I were the country or an individual, because there's no hope. Like, we're not going to windmill our way into the AI thing. Like, and by the way, those kill all the whales. So let's stop doing that.
And a lot of birds.
Let's use stuff that works, and let's put this climate emergency shit in the dustbin of history where it belongs. They've been wrong about everything. Every single prediction, they've been not just like a little off, very, very wrong, 180 degrees wrong. Yes, the power for a new generation. I mean, any serious talk about clean energy and energy prices, if it doesn't involve nuclear, you're just not a serious person. You're not a serious person. We have to go there. And until we get there, the best alternative we have is coal and natural gas and things like that. It's none of this green shit. None of it. Dude, it is, again, the government. Imagine fucking up so many things, so many basic things, all these basic human rights that people, food, healthcare, education, housing. They're 0 for 4, and now they want to tackle the climate. Now they're going to handle the weather. What are you talking? You are fucking delusional. You can't do anything right, and you're going to try to handle the weather. How about you just get education under control? How about we just start with that? How about teaching people to fucking read? Can we do that first before we start trying to figure out how to manipulate the climate? And of course, it always just involves taking more of your money. Have you ever heard of a government solution where it's just like, yep, no, we're not gonna ask for more money of yours? Of course not. It's funny how that works, isn't it? Good grief, man. Good fucking grief. What? We're coming up on. You got like 10 minutes left, right?
Yeah, let's wrap up on your. Yeah, you did have a shithole Chicago that you had sent me. We'll wind her down on that.
Walking down the street, shithole Chicago, where the wind is cold and the people are low. Broken down buildings, ain't no place to go. But the music keeps playing in shithole Chicago.
Exclusive report! We have a suspect in custody for setting a woman on fire on the Blue Line, who is supposed to be wearing an ankle monitor. So,
how many times do you think he was arrested? Over under? I think we have to move the over under up to like 20 at this point. Over under 20.
Let's see.
Without scrolling. Don't scroll down. Don't cheat.
Well, I mean, we got to get to where I was going to say.
I've actually heard conflicting things, but
I mean, I would put it at 10. He definitely was supposed to be wearing an ankle monitor for a pending aggravated battery case in which a Cook County judge refused to keep him in custody.
yeah, he like beat the shit out of somebody at like a psych ward, I think. I don't know if that's the same thing that we were talking that you were talking about, but that was one of the charges. 23 times, I think, but I also heard 40 something. I'm not sure.
Let's see. CBW will name the judges who made the detention decisions if and when the man is charged with the CTA attack. Police records show CPD alone has arrested the man 22 times since 2016, with today being his 23rd. So that's just Chicago Police Department. That's not any other. That doesn't count anything else. So
that's probably why I saw something like 45 or something in the 40s. Again.
Well, and they'll okay. I'm going to possibly Monday do it on my show. I found an article that talks about the guy that stabbed that girl in North Carolina, the Ukrainian girl, like multiple times on the bus, stabbed her in the neck and all that.
Yep. Saying
that it's an article that explains why he doesn't deserve the death penalty, because he was clearly severely mentally disturbed. And like they'll say the same thing for this guy, because he beat somebody up in a psych ward and set this chick on fire on a bus, and like they'll say that they're unfit for trial, that they need mental help. If you keep turning them loose and they keep doing this over and over again, they're not fit for trial. They're not fit for for society at all. They need to be fucking executed, because they clearly cannot be rehabilitated to be allowed to be around other normal people. I'm sorry. You are doing them and society a favor by putting them out of all of our misery. And I don't care if that's mean or inhumane or what. That's the way it's got to be. Have you ever?
He doesn't deserve the death penalty. Does he? He deserves to live. Why?
Right. Why? What does he contribute? What is this? What do these people bring to society? Like, I'm sorry that's like, if that's harsh, if that's like cold of me, that if you don't actually contribute something to society, you don't belong in it. But fuck that. Like, why? Why do you belong in society if your only contribution is to set people on fire on a motherfucking train?
Yeah. And again, and speaking of people that don't deserve, like these judges and shit that keep releasing these violent criminals, they don't deserve to have that job. Like, maybe the government doesn't deserve to have a monopoly on the judicial system, because this is ridiculous, dude. This is absolutely ridiculous. And every week there's one of these stories. Every single week now.
At least
and I don't even seek them out. They flood through my timeline. And it's all over the country. And 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, or a couple weeks ago, a guy had been arrested 100 times. 100 fucking times. I'm sorry. No, you don't. You don't get a right. Like, if we're gonna have this social contract thing, well, you wave bye to that after your fucking third arrest in my book. Social contract is over for you. This is insane that we got people walking around with 20 arrests. I don't even care if it was you stole a bag of chips 25 times. That was 22 times too many for me. I'm sorry. I have no sympathy for this. None. And yeah, good people are just getting fucking lit on fire, stabbed, killed, robbed, whatever. And what? And we're just gonna, because we don't want to kill these people. Okay, fine. Then confine them to something. You got to get them out of society.
Have you seen the studies and stuff that have been done on like mental institutions, and how many mental institutions there were, and the number of people that were hospitalized in these mental institutions up to like sometime in the 60s? It was sometime around the civil rights movement, and when what qualified as retardation and IQ testing got changed. And they did away with the mental health facilities, the psych wards and stuff like that. And then you see this huge decline in the number of people in mental health institutions. And then on the other side, you see this huge jump up in the number of people in prison. And it's like, but then there's this like gap time where the one is going down, but the other one hasn't started coming up. And if you look at that little frame of time, like murders are through the fucking roof. It's like, wow. Whoever would have thought, it's
we probably just need some more community organizers and peacekeepers and after school programs.
Yeah, more after school programs. By God, we will
for
fix
the kids that aren't going to school in the first place. Right. Okay. God damn it, dude. There's just so many bad ideas out there and just inept politicians with retarded ideas. Oh God. But yeah, give them more of your money. Go ahead. Like, see where that gets you. Yeah. It's like shit in one hand and wait for a politician to come to your rescue in the other and see which one fills up first. Wait for the government to come to the rescue. Just give them a few more tax dollars. They'll get it all figured out. You will be killed on the train long before the government comes to your rescue in any meaningful way. And I'm sure probably the fault of billionaires somehow, of course, right? Goddamn billionaires in their private prisons.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, dude, Chicago. Yeah. Imagine paying $20,000 a year in property taxes and then getting your fucking head lit on fire while you're taking the train by some guy that's been arrested 23 times. That's a great idea for a city. What was the Trump thing? Do we have time to do that? No, not really. Got a couple minutes.
Not really. I got to go pick up a kid. It's Trump said, so there were a few Democratic Congress people that were suggesting that, or were saying that the military should be directly disregarding orders from Trump, like perfectly constitutional orders from Trump if they didn't agree with them. And Trump said that is seditious and punishable by death. The left got all up in arms. They're like, oh, he's calling for the murder of Democratic Congress people. It's like, no, he's actually, like, if you look up sedition and treason in the constitutional definitions, he is 100% accurate. And one of the most of the punishment would be like 20 years in prison. But for some of it, if it is egregious enough, it could be punishable by death. This is all 100% constitutional. This is not Trump calling for the murder of Democratic Congress people. This is them being fucking retards and not understanding. Imagine that. They don't actually know the Constitution. That's like if you ever ask a police officer, like, what's the actual law on that? Well, I don't know. So whatever I make it up as when I pull you over right now. It's like, no, that's not the way this works.
No, but they're wrong, but they're not that wrong in reality. Yeah, I had somebody today tell me that Obama respects the Constitution, unlike Donald Trump. And I was like, yeah, okay, dude. Right.
If we were doing the morning show, I would say that person is a retard and roll the outro.
It's like literally his signature legislation is unconstitutional.
Right.
Just off the top of my head. And not only is it unconstitutional, it is an unmitigated disaster that we are still dealing with to this day, 15 years later, trying to fix it, apparently. So, yeah, they haven't read the Constitution. They pretend not to understand what people mean. They always just jump to these ridiculous interpretations of things. Not surprised there. But, yeah, I guess that'll do it for this week. What a week it was. Markets are up. We are up pretty much where we're at. We're a little lower than we were when we started the show. 93 on the S&P, 350 on the NASDAQ. Going in the last 45 minutes of trading here. We'll see if we close on the highs or reverse down lower. Gold's flat. Silver's flat. Bitcoin, I'm guessing, is way down. Bitcoin's been dumping. Where's my Bitcoin? 84,000 and falling. So Bitcoin's going to hit 75 soon. Mark it, dude. Mark it. Thanks for listening. We're doing a happy hour tonight, right?
Yes, send out the thing. I will be on as soon as I can be. After I pick up Katie, we got a bunch of stuff we've got to do.
Right on. I'll send out that email. So that'll be fun for the rest of you guys. Until Tuesday, you know what to do. Just keep on peddling that so-called fiction. Peace.